Hello guys, so today we are going to take a look at the winger's playing style, the prolific winger and roaming flank. But before we get into the details, let me quickly explain about the half space in football. Basically, the football pitch can be divided into three main areas: the wing, the center, and in between the two is the half space. The wingers will operate in these two areas, the wing and the half space. The half space is an area that you can exploit in football. The main idea is, if a winger moves into that area, he will be in between of the opponent's center back, fullback, and midfielders. This will cause some confusion between the defenders regarding who should mark him. If the opponent's midfielder drop down to mark him, then your midfielder will have space to move and pass the ball around. If the opponent's fullback mark him instead, then your fullback can overlap and get into the wing for a cross. And if the opponent's center back mark him, then your center forward will have some space to run into. Alright, now let's get to the playing style. The prolific winger and roaming flank actually have the same movement on the field, except that roaming flank have more freedom to drift to the other side. The wingers will move around the opponent's fullback, drifting back and forth between the half space and the wing area. They will also sometimes drop deeper to help with the build-up. Now let's take a look at how we can create chances with the wingers. First, let's see the attack through the wing. The first one is obviously crossing the ball at the wing. When you get the ball to the wide area, your winger most of the time will move out wide too. It is a bit hard to cross using the winger because you have to go one-on-one against the opponent's fullback, which require you to dribble past him before being able to cross the ball. Let's see some more examples. And sometime another defender will come to double team you, which make things a lot harder. And most wingers don't have pinpoint crossing because modern wingers are more about cutting inside and shoot the ball instead. So what you can do is engage the opponent's fullback with your winger. This will allow your fullback to overlap and get into the wing without much pressure. Okay, last example for this. Another thing that you can do is get into the wing and pass the ball back to another player for a shot. When you get the ball to the wing, most of the defenders will drop back into the penalty box and your forward will also be there to receive a cross, which means there will be a lot of bodies inside the penalty box. So most of the time your shot will hit those bodies instead of going into the goal. But it is still worth a try because it might get deflected into the goal or deflected towards your player who can then finish the job. Alright, so that's about it for attack through the wing. Now let's take a look at how to use the half space to create chances. As I said before, modern wingers are about cutting inside and taking a shot. The wingers will run diagonally to get past the defensive line in between the center backs and the fullbacks. So you always have to be on the watch for this kind of run by the winger to take advantage in getting an easy goal. Let's see some more examples. This is an example of a roaming flank. Because he has that freedom of movement, his diagonal run usually will end up in the center area instead of the half space. Let's see some more examples. Sometimes the winger does not make a diagonal run, but he does get into that half space. What you can do is pass the ball to him, then give a 1-2 pass. As I mentioned before, the wingers will also drop down to help with the build-up. So what you can do is pass the ball to him, then give a 1-2 pass while making sure he is in the half space, so that his forward run will end up between the opponent's center back and the full back. Let's see some more examples. You can see here the midfielder does not track him because he is a forward, so the center back or the full back should deal with him. Another thing that you can do when the winger drop down is pass the ball to him, then use L1 and right stick to manually instruct your midfielder to run forward. If he did not do that, then you can pass the ball to him. When the roaming flank drop down to help with the build-up, usually they will be in the center area instead of the half space. Another example. The roaming flank has the freedom to move laterally. Most of the time they will go into the center area, but sometimes they will go to the other side. Let's see some more examples. Alright, bonus tips for you guys who are still watching. When playing with a formation that uses wingers, you want to play out wide at one side. The main idea is to attack through the wing with the tactics that I've shown earlier. The cross, the cutbacks, and 1-2 from deep in the half space. But there is one more thing to take note. When you play at one side, your formation will shift to that side, meaning your winger on the other side will drift inside towards the half space between the center back and the forward. This is what you want to take advantage of. When you see that winger in favorable position, swing the ball to the other side, then give that sweet through pass to him, and it is an easy goal. Let's see some more examples. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys had a good time watching this. I hope you guys can learn something from this. If you find this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to get updated on more future content and future tutorial. If you have any question, feel free to ask them in the comment section. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.